readiness this week. Man, I hope we're ready. I feel the urgency of where we are in Matthew 25 this week. Jesus Christ is helping us ask and answer the question, are we ready? Again, ready for the return of Jesus Christ. Can you imagine that day? It's going to happen soon. You have to be prepared. The trumpet sounds. Jesus Christ comes riding on the clouds. Jesus says when he returns, not one eye will miss him. Remember too, the Bible tells us on the return of Jesus Christ, he says there, don't listen to someone that says, hey, he's out in the fields, go look at him, or there he is over there, come see him. Jesus says, no. When I return like lightning in the sky, every single eye will see. Why does Jesus highlight his return over and over and over again, especially in the Gospel of Matthew in chapter 24 and chapter 25? Because he doesn't want us to be unprepared. He doesn't want us to be asleep. Here's what we know about the return of Jesus in our verses today. We know this. Many will be taken by surprise at the return of Christ. Did you hear that? Many will be taken by surprise. Many people, Jesus promises, will not be ready. Again, I speak to you and to me. We got to be ready. This is all of life. This is eternity. This is life and death. This is the power of God versus the power of Satan. Jesus is warning us right now because he loves us. He loves us enough to tell us the truth. And he wants you and I to not be taken surprised at the time when he decides again to return. Matthew 25, we have two verses today I want to focus on. Verse 5, it says this, as the bridegroom was delayed. Now remember, the virgins were waiting for the bridegroom, and the bridegroom was delayed. Why was he delayed? Because the bridegroom does whatever he wants to do. He's on his own time schedule, but he will come. It says this, as the bridegroom was delayed, they all became drowsy and slept. But at midnight, listen to this, there was a cry. At midnight, there was a cry, here is the bridegroom, come out to meet him. So notice in the parable of the 10 virgins, and I pray you've been tracking with us this week, they all eventually fell asleep. Sleep in this parable is not sinful. A lot of us are like, phew, I'm so glad it's not sinful. Sleep is good. Sleep represents your life, right? You can't stare up at the clouds and look for Jesus your whole life and say, is he coming? Is he coming? Is he coming? You got to live with alertness, but the reality is we live our lives. We work, we play, we rest, we do hobbies, we go back to work it seems, and yes, we sleep. Sleep isn't the problem. Here's the problem. The foolish virgins went to sleep. They were not prepared to be woken up, and they were not ready for the bridegroom to come. They didn't have their oil. They would be caught off guard, and it would be to the eternal detriment. That's what Jesus wants us to understand right now. There's a cry that is coming. Jesus is going to return. We must live in light and be prepared with oil in our lamps to keep it burning, that we are ready to greet him when he comes, that we might find life and find life eternal. Again, what is Jesus asking us to do? Heed the overall warning. Loved ones right now, I can say that to you, listening and watching, live for what matters. Don't let worldliness lull you to sleep. Don't let the hobbies of life become your full idol. Don't let even the good things get in the way of what is best. Jesus says, I'm returning. There will be a cry. Here comes the bridegroom. And all those who are ready, who are genuinely saved in him, they will know life. They will know life in the Lord Jesus Christ. This week is an important week. We have the gospel coming right to where you are. Our prayer lines available for you now. 1-866-273-4444, that you will not be taken by surprise when Jesus Christ returns. God bless you sincerely.